Un hongo carnívoro le devoró la cara por completo.
And all this happened within a week. I mean, you know, he was fine, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. And within 2 or 3 days, they were telling me that he probably was not going to make it, that they didn't expect him to live.
Pero lo que la ciencia logró solo puede considerarse como un milagro de la edad moderna.
The most wonderful thing they did was when they reconstructed his mouth, because then he could talk, he could eat, he could drink. It really made it where he had some quality of life.
Mark Tatum vivía una vida muy tranquila junto a su esposa e hijos en una zona campestre de Estados Unidos. Pero lo que comenzó como un dolor de cabeza una noche, terminaría por cambiarle la vida para siempre.
He had the clinical appearance of having what's called mucormycosis, which is a very devastating fungal infection that kills the tissue and can spread very rapidly. In fact, it can even spread to the central nervous system or brain area if left alone. It can become fatal within about a 48-hour time frame.
Los médicos debían actuar rápido para salvarle la vida a Mark, por lo que su entrada a emergencias era capital. Y es que la infección avanzaba tan rápido que todo esto se convirtió en una carrera contra el tiempo.
I didn't even know such a thing existed. You know, I thought these flesh-eating bacteria and stuff were bad, and this doctor told me, he said, they're actually nothing compared to this. This destroys tissue so quickly. You know, there's no comparison to this. This is like the worst thing that can happen to you.
La bacteria se comió la cara de Mark velozmente. Era imposible detenerla bajo cualquier circunstancia. Desde el interior hacia afuera, todo estaba pudriéndose. En un chasquido de dedos se quedaría sin nariz, sin boca y sin ojos. En una semana su vida cambió radicalmente y le dieron 2 opciones: eliminar todo el tejido muerto, que implicaba quedar ciego y sin gran parte de la cara, o dejar que la bacteria llegara a su cerebro y lo matara.
Mark and his wife talked about this, and Mark's principal statement to me at that time was that you do what you need to do, doctor, to give me the best chances I can have to live. So I took him to the operating room that night, and we performed a very extensive surgery, which required removal of both of his eyes, the bone of his nose, the soft tissue of his nose, and essentially all of the mid-facial structures, including the maxillary bones, which are underneath the eyes, all of the hard palate.
Luego de 4 horas y media de cirugía, Mark sería inducido a un coma para que pudiera recuperarse de las lesiones. La idea era mantenerlo en observación durante varias semanas para que así todos los doctores pudieran ver su evolución. Al tiempo sería despertado sin tener ninguna memoria de todo lo que le había pasado, y comenzaría un proceso muy extenso para reconstruir toda su estructura facial.
Our intention was to provide him with an artificial palate so he could at least speak and swallow, because till that point he wasn't able to do any of that because he didn't have a roof of the mouth.
Una vez que le dieron la posibilidad de volver a comer y de hablar, comenzó otra carrera para la ciencia, la de darle una apariencia física normal, pese a todo lo que vivió. Pero eso no era tema para Mark.
I don't think Mark was ever really afraid of what people's reactions to him were, but he was afraid of offending someone, like upsetting children.
El tratamiento era complicado y muy extenso, pero con el tiempo podía darle vida nuevamente a la cara de Mark. Y esa era la principal meta de los médicos, que aquel hombre pudiera volver a sonreír como antes.
We found that by taking the implants we use in the jaws, we can put them in other bones of the face and actually have a prosthesis that is anchored and can't slip or slide off.
These are nothing, little bony screws that go into bone structure, and once they get anchored into those, then we can build over it.
Esa cirugía dejaría la cara de Mark lista para que pudieran ponerle la prótesis y de ahí seguir trabajando. Poco a poco iban reconstruyéndole nuevamente esas características que el hongo carnívoro le borró.
We try to make it in such a way it's not larger than himself, because anything larger, people will pay attention to it. And also, like if we are making eyes, we usually recommend that patients wear tinted glasses, because with normal eyes, you blink a lot. So we try to minimize that stereo effect from individuals, who are around. And also we like to camouflage borders or junctions where the prosthesis meets the skin. So in Mark's case, what we did was we made him grow facial hair. So that way anything we couldn't hide with his glasses or the facial hair took care of that.
Lo cierto es que los avances en la medicina pudieron darle a Mark una nueva oportunidad de vivir. Y es que claro, sin ellos probablemente hubiese muerto. Pero además, es necesario aplaudir su actitud ante una situación tan crítica como la que vivió. Desde el minuto 1, dijo que quería hacer lo imposible por seguir en este mundo, sin importar lo que los médicos tuvieran que hacer para salvarle la vida. Pero además, desde aquel momento siempre se ha mantenido agradecido con todos los que estuvieron ahí para él. Y también con la oportunidad que tuvo de haber vivido 45 años viendo el mundo, algo que le sirve de consuelo pese a todo por lo que tuvo que pasar.
The tear ducts are gone, and I have no tears, so I cry from my heart just because I can't see. I mean, I think eyesight is very precious. There's a lot of beautiful things, but I'm 45 and I've seen enough to last me a lifetime. It feels good to me. And
Looks good too.
yeah, I hope it looks good to her. That's the only person I worry about.
It does, huh?